Okay guys, just a very quick one as requested by the Scruffs on the Discord. I'm just going to go through my strength sheet because it's changed slightly and how to read it and a quick snapshot of the journal. Okay, so let me flick this over and we'll have a look. It now currently looks like this. The engine that drives it is identical. It's still the same one. That's where the figures are plugged in. And you will find this in the Discord. If I flick this down here. Okay. So every morning it'll be placed in there for the strength. And then if you're a rogue and you want me to work out biases or see the bias of a trade that I am taking, it will be in there. Okay, and it'll be there for you each day. I'll also be still putting it into YouTube community. Okay, so this is the engine. All the figures are the same, but what I've done is I've tried to make it cleaner. Now for your journals, etc., they're all just the same, and the way they're filled in is just the same also. So what do we look at when we see this? Well, it's in sections to make it simple. This is all of the currencies with their daily ATR, and it'll tell you which chart is best to analyze for the given currency. So if a chart flashes up next to it, it means that there's reasonable volatility in the market and the best chart to look at, whether it be a 4 hour or an hour. As you can see the differences here. The strength and the sort of strength change, the SC, is based on the current move. Now that could be either short or long, but it's like the current leg that the movement is within. And it'll tell you whether it's gaining pace or losing pace. So again, you can make a judgment call based on if you think it's losing ground, and you'll see that in sort of the biases when I talk that in a second, whether it's gaining or slowing. So if you see it slowing down and you see it's coming into a moving average or a standard support and resistance, fib level, whatever your levels are, but you see it coming into one, there's a reasonable theory that it'll bounce off because it's slowing down, and it'll be slowing down for a reason. Think of a car on a motorway. If you see a junction up ahead and that car is starting to slow down, is it reasonable to assume that it may well be moving off the motorway? That's kind of the analogy I can use. And then we kind of look round this here. So the first part is the bias. Now, if you're looking for your biases and you're not aligning yourself with the trade I'm taking, by all means contact me prior. It takes me 10-15 minutes to work out a bias. I'll put the equation in and it'll fire it into here, and it'll tell you whether it's gaining, whether to buy it, and then what the change of strength is. Now, it's not telling you to buy it there and then. What it's doing is it's telling you the dominant direction across, which is going to be your better choice for the given period. And then you wait for your setup. Okay, but what it does is it conditions you to look for certain things rather than trying to catch up and down all the time. This section is the majors. Now the majors will move pretty much every day, and it'll fire into there and it'll tell you which is the best of the bunch. So, and again, whether it's a 4-hour chart to look at, is it good? Because if it is good, then it's probably a better contender than what picks out of here, because it kind of scales it down as well. Some is not as good, but if it flashes up saying good, it's telling you that they are strong. Okay, you come down into this. This tells you what the individual currency is doing at the time. So the Aussie, as you can see in this example, is the strongest and the weakest is JP. Okay, they are poles apart, and that's what you're looking for. You're looking for something to be on the extremes of each other. Again, it's not giving you direction, it's telling you they're going to move. All right, if something is incredibly cheap, well, it could get bought. If something is incredibly expensive, it could get sold. Think of it like a supermarket, supply and demand. Okay, so that's what that does. You can then look at this to see whether it's worth looking at. So in this case, you can go, well, the Aussie's still gaining ground and the JP is losing ground. So again, it's adding weight to this main move. Okay, and then it comes across to this section here, and this works out the best of the pairs to look at, and it's based on the strongest. So as you can see, the Aussie's at the top versus the JP, and then the next one you would look at would be the Aussie Euro, Aussie Swissy. If you don't like any of them, move down to the next one. It's telling you that it's the pound versus JP. And again, you can go through the process. You can go, well, yeah, the pound's pretty strong, but in the change of strength, the pound is way up here and JP's down there. So for all that's telling you which is the strongest and weakest, you have to do a little bit of analysis, because that is actually probably a better trade because they are poles apart based on the strength. And then you can look at the euro and think, well, okay, the euro's gaining, and then work it out this way. So where's the New Zealand? Well, the New Zealand, well, it's might be strong, but it's losing ground, and it's losing it quicker than what JP is. So is there a change on the horizon? That's the sort of things you're looking for. Basically, you're using the numbers to paint a picture of the best market to pick. Then once you've filtered into a single market, you then look for your setups to trade. So that's what this is. It's a filter to pull everything in. And just as a quick eye shot, you can start here and just say, right, I'm going to put all of these on a watch list, and I'm going to look to see which one is the best, because you might quickly say, right, I don't want that one, I don't want that one, and you're left with a couple. And then you can really dig into it and then analyze on the given chart. So for argument's sake, pound JPY, come down, that is there. So pull up an hour's chart and it'll show you what you're looking for. So I hope that makes sense, and I genuinely hope it helps. And as always, guys, just ask and I'll try and make it clear and clarify it best I can. Catch you soon.